Hi, Virgo. All right, welcome to this space, Virgo. If you're returning, and welcome back. Yes, welcome back if you are returning, and welcome if you're new, just arriving. So, Virgo, thank you so much for holding it all together. Your ability to put in the work to keep on even when uncertain, right? Keeping faith in your mind, keeping faith in your heart, having your spiritual space be a part of who you are. Just burning some lavender. Hope you don't mind. To trust, right? Burning off any of the distrust. This world sometimes could be such a wonky, weird place, and I know you really don't probably care about winning. And I know you're not really much of a competitor, right? I know you admire something about like admiring someone's ability, I admire your ability. And I see you love your mother, love your father. Whether they're here or not, whatever that relationship was, because that's where you came from, right? That's a big part of you. Just a second. Let's look at your cards, Virgo. Oh, Ace of Pentacles, lovely. I'll show you all of them. Knight of Cups, beautiful. Three of Pentacles, lovely. Five of Wands, no big deal. World right in the middle, perfect. Moon. Queen of Swords. You also have the King of Swords on the bottom over here as extra card. Sun, Moon, Sun, World, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 Pentacles. But it's more like 1 minus 3 is 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. You decide which way you want to go. Which way you want to look at it. I see that it is best to look at it positively as much as possible. Okay, I see speak from your heart. You usually have very kind of like a low ego. Not that you don't have it, but you don't use it much, right? Because maybe you've done that in another life. It's more about this time like finding more of an alignment in the soul, right? Although sometimes that makes you feel separate from people emotionally, right? Makes you feel alone a little bit. But I suppose being able to find love in that place of solitude, like, which is you, within the shell of you, within this vessel of you, when you know, because what is love but creation, right? Love is creation. So I want you to believe in your ability and love what it is that you are creating with. I feel like you've been creating a lot within yourself, right? It's like you finally figured out your fifth house. It's like you finally figured out who, like, where your place is. Because it's almost like there may have been a time where everyone else told you, oh, this is where you're supposed to be. Maybe you even told yourself that. Like, this is what it is. It's something unattainable, or it's always an obstacle. Now, I suppose looking at it that way and working through that helped you to understand more about comfort and love. Donkey too. One of the most hardworking animals ever, right? They're the protector of so much. They think very little of themselves because they have such a big job to do. And I know some things are very serious, right? So now you know where you are. And I feel like your heart feels a lot more protected. Than maybe it has than maybe it has in a while, but you also feel a little separated. So don't forget to connect, okay? You're a very sensitive being, right? I know. Sometimes it's hard to connect with the world because you feel so different than the world sometimes. Or again, there's like this weird boundary with things that make it frictional. But remember, if you've built this place of I see the word spiritual security in yourself, then no matter where you go, you always have that protection bubble. Okay? You don't have to be afraid to interact or what it is, but be cautious with that, because sometimes this could be where you either could more like isolate yourself from people, like from just regular life, you know, because sometimes having a challenge and working through that is a part of human nature, right? You're not a monk on the hill. I mean, you can be if you want to be. Remember, again, I see you have this spiritual circle around you. Just a second. I heard someone say, I miss you. What do you feel like you're missing? What are you missing right now? What did you see? It's okay. Holy shit, it scared me. Maybe what that part of that, whatever that was like, whatever is missing or whatever feels missing, it'll fall into place. And I see the words big win. Like it's, it'll fall into place when it's ready. But remember that you never want to stop yourself from moving forward because you're not perfect. Okay? There's always going to be someone who doesn't like what you do, or someone that doesn't understand you, or whatever. Someone who's better than you at certain things. But it's almost like sometimes I feel like you could almost be intimidated sometimes by people who are actually less advanced than you are. It's like you want to compete. If you're going to compete or interact, it's like you want to make sure that, like, it's like you want to play with people who are on the same, like, on the same level or like the same vibration, which is cool. But I guess the only way to find that is to put yourself out there to figure out what goes together or not, right? Sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error. And right, sometimes it's like, nah, that doesn't make me feel good. And like, nope, that feels awesome. You know, or it might be something where it's like, how do I feel? Interesting, Virgo. So Ace of Pentacles is usually, they call it a blessing. A lot of people call this a blessing, right? A physical manifestation of something. An opportunity. So the more love you have been putting into something, the more where, even if you don't, again, feel completely confident, but you're still one foot in front of the other. And again, I see putting yourself out there, however this may be, you know, like creating whatever you're creating with. And I see this isn't just purely solo. That could be a test for some of you, is to interact more with others. You know, maybe even have a little bit of fun that's not so serious. You know what I mean? I mean, can you see everything as a learning lesson? Yes. But if you look at everything like that, it becomes a little stagnant in the emotional world, because it's natural, again, to there's no way to keep it perfectly poised all the time. Right? So I see, don't question your own confidence, Virgo. No, faith. There's Hierophant. There's Hierophant. There's the Lovers too. Something about someone's brother. Excuse me. Broom of another brother. Broom of another. Remember, some messes that are not yours, you can't clean them up, Virgo. People got to clean their own messes. Okay? Or like, let God handle that. Because you know what? You can't hold all that weight. That's not the point of life. No one can live in a bubble. I think your heart actually, although it's, for some, there's like a dual message here. It's like the heart feels really strong and protected again. And you're like, well, when in its right time, it'll come. And that's cool. But nothing's going to come knocking on your door and being like, hey, what's up? You want to come out of your shell? It's just like you have to, again, everyone has to do it for themselves. Like you got to break out of your own zone. Right? And trust yourself now from all it is that you have grown. Sun and fire. Is it like moon and fire, sun and water? It's interesting. The sun, the moon, and the world. Those are your three majors. How are you feeling about your relationships with other people right now? Do you feel good about it? Confident? Do you feel happy, Virgo? I'd like you to embrace a little bit more of an emotional space, okay? Not only within you. I feel like you've gone around the wheel, right? You have swords, wands, cups, pentacles, and majors. You have all of it here. I guess this means, again, you are safe enough to again, break out of some kind of comfort zone. I guess I feel like we talked about this, right? On that Moon Pluto reading. Like getting out of all those little hallways in this internal space and going out into the world because it was all red. It was like finally feeling secure in yourself, right? I guess this is part of that trusting the path, trusting having your faith trust, like faith trusted. Faith, a test of your belief. Because, maybe when you were out in the world before, it was like a different, prior, there was like a different energy of who you were. And then you went in and you really built something so strong in here, right? Started connecting more to like divine timing of things and what's healthy and blocking negative energy and all of this kind of stuff. Filtering that out of you. Good. Very good. Yes. Star, Hangman, Star, Six of Wands. Yeah. Awesome. Nine of Pentacles. Awesome. Being comfortable in your own skin. Again, I say believing in the talents within. Whenever it is that you feel shaky about what what the next step is, you have to go out and do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Remember, if the hermit's too much in their own little bubble, too much, it's really hard for you to come down on the mountain. Have you ever taken a silent? Of course you have. Where you take a silent day or you don't talk to anybody or whatever, you're in your own little zone for so long, and then you go to talk to somebody or interact with somebody and you're like, like it's so weird. It's like you haven't used this part of you for a while, so it's like you could feel really sensitive, which could make you feel insecure and these kinds of things, but you don't need to worry about that. You just test yourself. You do something that's a little bit out of, again, your comfort zone. Yes, break out of your comfort zone. I guess breaking out of your comfort zone, doing something a little bit different is actually really good for your heart. For testing your faith emotionally also. Because of course, say you're in your own little zone again, and everything's perfect there, right? Because it's just you. It's like, yeah, well, okay, if you can handle it there now inside of you and in your environment or wherever you are, again, the zone, well, I guess the test would really be is when you step out of that zone, how does it work? Now, remember, always in the beginning, it's going to feel a little bit like kind of like it could be feeling overwhelming, right? But if once you do it a couple times, it's like it'll balance itself out. So maybe you want to just take small steps with this. You don't have to take big steps. You got a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. All you're missing is the 4. So how's home right now? How's family going right now? You know, your relationships again with other people. Because, you know, you can't always be the, you know, we've mentioned this in prior readings where it's like you're kind of the holding guard to a certain door, you know. But everybody has to take turns there, right? You can't hold that the whole time. You'll burn yourself out, right? You'll lose moment. It's too hard. Not everybody can hold any position forever. It'll burn you out. It could even physically make you ill, mentally get you in your head if you do too much too often. I'm almost feeling like where there's been like a fixed energy and it's time to change something, Virgo. You want to be open to the opportunity of what is being presented to you. Okay? Because whatever is being presented is actually very positive. It's very creative. It's very loving. You know, do you believe in romance right now? Do you believe in other people's ability? Do you believe in your own ability? You're not alone. When's the last good kiss you had? When's the last good hug that you had? When's the last time you showed your weakness? Like really opened up in your heart, right? Where again, someone else can take be like, oh, I'm tired, you know? And someone else can step up. Huh. Interesting reading. Scorpio time is always so trippy. Yeah, look at that. This is such... Your faith is solid right now. You don't have to be afraid of anything. I feel like you've built it enough, at least, to be able to be more open, to have a little bit more fun and lighthearted. Life is short, Virgo. You know? You want to connect with other... The whole point of being here is to connect with other people. I mean, do we need time alone to settle ourselves, to recalibrate and work through that shadow? Yeah. But then what's cool is like the shadow is tested. The fear is tested again through interacting, again, stepping out of your comfort zone and maybe even being more intimate with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't hold the weight of the world on your shoulders. Don't do that, please. Because you'll interrupt your own ability to move forward again. And I feel like there is something where it's like, I keep feeling this fixed energy. So it must be that something, again, I'm seeing something has been fixed with this world. The cycle has been completed, so you don't have to keep fighting whether you're strong enough or not. No, you've done a lot of work, Virgo. You've done a lot of work, Virgo, to get to this place. Okay? Maybe some of you also want to, if you have been working a lot, putting all of your love and time and whatever into your job or into what have you, perhaps this is also another time, you know, for instance, if romance is off, if you know, whatever, or even to shift your energy of what you're a part of, you need to probably have more fun, you know, loosen up a little bit. Yeah, I feel like you don't have to be as stiff as you used to, because maybe you needed to become stiff, like become solid, so that you knew, like mentally and spiritually, like you even financially, like, okay, this is all in order. So now you can again connect more emotionally. Yeah. Spirit is saying that you are strong enough now. You are strong enough now. Look at this. You are strong enough now to step into a new place. You've done great, great, great healing here, right? Lots of good work here. Now you can continue whatever it is that you're doing that you love. You know, that you don't have to, I don't see the change being something that's like, the change rather is more of a place, again, that is having to do with fun, like letting the soul be a little bit more free. Because I do see that the heart has been protected for a long time, and now it's time to open up, right? King of Cups is the most emotionally advanced, right? It's but it's quite a test, though. You know, it can be a little intimidating. It's just a shift of energy, okay? Sun and moon together, too, is like eclipsing something. So for some, it could be a bit of a change in your relationships, you know? Maybe it's about your own self-value, about your ability to, I don't know, like plant a new seed of something, you know, or it's kind of like, you know, with growing, I feel like for the last year, 2, 3, right? Some of you 3 to 5 years at least, maybe even 6, but either way, there's been great success there. So it's like usually they say after 3 years of planting, you want to plant those seeds in a different place, right? Plant different things in different places. And so it here, I guess, is asking you to till new soil. And with that, I suppose there could be some pushback in certain places, but really you're the only one that would be stopping yourself. So maybe you want to take a wider look upon what you're wanting. You know, again, I see, remember, life is short. Don't forget to have fun. I mean, you're so naturally responsible anyhow. I mean, I'm not talking about fun that gets you in trouble. Sometimes Virgo will go way far. Maybe that's why you restrict yourself sometimes. And I understand that. But this Hierophant. How do you have fun, Virgo? How do you have fun? Like by yourself? How do you have fun with other people? How do you have fun now that you are the person that you are? Right? What's fun now? I keep seeing it. Breaking out of your comfort zone. Breaking out of your comfort zone, Virgo. Oops. Sorry. There we go. Break out of your comfort zone, honey. Do it. Don't be afraid. Remember, the bubble that you made inside of yourself, this protection, like your world, wherever you are, this is your world. Right? That's the only thing you're actually in control of. So anywhere that you go, you will know via what you have learned what is healthy or not. Whether you should go towards that or if you should back up. Whether you want to let something into that space. But maybe that's a part of that. It's like, I feel like there was this, at some point in time, there was like this, you can only get so close, world. Like, I'm only going to let people or certain energies get so close. But it's like you almost denied too much. Or maybe you needed to. And I understand that. But right now, it seems to be where, again, it's wanting... Look at this card. It's like wanting you to open up. Embrace life. Okay? And maybe for some of you, it's about believing that you're worth it. Or that you could. Again, I don't know. You know, Nine of Pentacles to me is Venus and Virgo. She is so contented there. She is so like, I'm good. I don't need nothing from nobody. It is so like, their world is so perfect. Just the way they want it. No one... There's a lot of restriction there in what is allowed, but a part of why that happens is because of insecurity and fear. But why see life is short? Why not let that which is around you, which teaches you and you love to learn, be a bit more near, you know? You know, for some of you, you could be working too much and like you don't even, it's like pay attention to your kids, you know? Or pay attention to your spouse. Things like that, you know? You got to find a good, you want to find balance in this time. And believe in your talents too. Maybe, you know, because, interesting. Virgo. Huh. You and Taurus are on the same day also. Maybe, you know, I figured something out too recently. That it seems to be that the earth signs, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, it's like all the earth energy are like servants. You know what I mean? Sometimes with Capricorn, it would be wanting to be served. It depends what end you're on in that. But for the most part, there's insecurity with Earth. You know, and I guess being an Earth energy would mean that you're meant to interact with, be a part of the earthly world, right? Not just your mercurial self of all this internal stuff. Which, mind you, that helps the world, and you can make that a part of your everyday. You know what I mean? You want to pray 2 times a day for healing. You want to, all of this, but you can do that. But don't forget the whole wheel all the way around. You, your financials, your siblings, your neighborhood, your home, your children, your art projects, your health, other people, your spouse, your extended family, your job, God, you know, friend circles, and that prayer space, you kind of want to tap in on, at least within a, you know, think about it in like a weekly chunk. You want to at least make sure that that you're giving appropriate balance to all of these, because if not, you're missing all the other beauty of what life could be in a full encapsulation. You see what I'm saying? So maybe you want to just check into where you're putting your energy and time. And I understand that sometimes things go in one place, they need to, but remember, you're square to Sagittarius, which is about balance. And then we have Gemini on the other side, which is, look at these two cards, they're two angels, you know. So you are surrounded by protection spiritually, Virgo. You don't have to worry that much about being hurt again, or alone, or whether you can do it. You know, I guess this is about confidence too. I feel like most of you need to go on a date. And I also see, if you do have children, don't use that as an excuse to why things aren't awesome with your relationship. Otherwise, that would be your responsibility, or your family, whatever. Okay? You want to appreciate what you have there. Okay? Don't be like, I got to work all the time, I can't, blah, blah, blah. No. Nope, 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 nope. You're fool. You'd only be lying to yourself there. Remember, you want to give time to all the parts of the wheel, all those things we mentioned. See where you're putting time into these places and make the adjustment, because even though I do feel like some of that would be a little bit uncomfortable because maybe you haven't been in those other places for a while because of whatever reason. But I feel like once it's part of what Spirit is asking you to do. So please realize that you have learned enough to go to open up into some new space emotionally. And again, it could be a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's just a small challenge. Of course you can do it. Of course you can. You are protected, remember, wherever you go. Wherever you go. And because you worked on your intuition so deeply also, this internal space, you carry that power with you wherever you go. Wow, what a reading, Virgo. Good job. Because remember, wherever you put energy is what is created. And I do feel like some of you, if you've been working too hard on one thing, you gotta shift it. You are safe enough to shift to a new place. Yes, you are stable enough. You've done enough in one space. I mean, again, you can continue to do it, but you want to spread it out a little bit, right? You don't want to put all the frosting on just one piece of the cake. You want to spread that out. Spread that sweetness out. Okay? I love you so much. Please take care of yourself. Please take care. And share. You know, it's not even about sharing all it is that you know or whatever your wisdom, which you have a lot of. You can do that. But it's more like the happiness that you have found in yourself, that solidarity, however that may be. It's like that shift of energy. You walking around the world, that makes a difference. It's physical. Again, earth. Okay? So don't be afraid of the world either, whatever that means. No. I love you, Virgo. I'll talk to you next time. Peace out. Dun, dun, dun.